Hello and welcome to WESG, Korea and Mongolia Qualifier. You know, Sue forfeit, so Woke is through the WESG Qualifier. So he will go to China and we will look into who will win. Here in this best of 5, we have spawned in top left corner. It's in blue. It's Armani.
And in the bottom right, in the red, he is playing Terran. Give it up. It is TY.
It's true. TvZ. And we saw TY playing like Maru, you know, just play like Maru, no. With Battlecruiser opening, in the, I think Suit Wars. And was pretty, you know, it was very successful. And afterwards he played Bio, so maybe we're going to see that again. We don't know. And yeah, what do you think about this matchup?
I really love it. I think TvZ in itself is very essential to the game, but I think TY's TvZ in general is really interesting to watch. He's definitely one of those players that, like you said, he can play Bio, he can play Mech, and he can really just switch things up. So I'm interested to see how he's going to play against Armani. Armani, recently just seeing from different VODs and castings and stuff, hasn't been doing the best in TvZ, but you know what, he may surprise us here. So I'm interested to see what Armani pulls out, and you know how TY ends up playing this.
Yeah, I mean, we saw him playing a lot of ZVP, and he was very great, beating Creator, Patience, and Zest. You know, Zest even 3-0. You know, TY, if you maybe notice that, it's not a Protoss, so let's see how he'll get there. No, the Marines will probably not get it. No, he will come alive. Yeah, just get away with the life. Barely. Maybe not. I don't know. He's like hunting on the Marines they want to overlord so badly. Not going to get it.
Yeah, so close to, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to get it. TY going for that kind of standard 1-1-1 style off the expansion. Gonna go into Hellions, and like you said, you know, I wonder, does TY go into like battle cruisers and stuff? It seems like that's becoming more and more of a standard of opening battle cruiser. Or does he go for maybe some kind of Banshee play? Did you see Armani actually going for a reasonably timed third base there?
Yeah, it's not extremely early or late. It's you know, it's okay. But the thing is, like, does he know about the Hellions? I don't think so. No, he doesn't know that. First Hellions going over the map.
And now, like, because Ephemeron is actually a pretty, you know, long distance map, so you don't necessarily have to worry too much about like early game aggression, like too much cheese. I guess obviously if you're playing against like a Maru or something like that, you could see them going, you know, across the map with some proxies. But with the rush distance being so long, I mean, feeling confident about taking a third without having to worry about too much is going to be very nice for him.
Yeah, I mean, this time we cannot see. I mean, I think we're going to see Battlecruiser at least once, because there's no reason to not play it. Every single time we saw Terran play that was not ours. One, I mean, I was playing as Bly. I was doing pretty good, but you know, Bly was like, I don't care, we'll just all in you with roaches, and it worked.
This is actually really interesting. He's going for like a Marauder heavy push here. TY is. He's already got concussive shells done, and with that medevac loading up the Marauders going across with the Hellions, are we going to be seeing? It looks like we're going to have Hellbat Marauder coming out here from TY. This is already kind of shaping up to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The thing is, he has a wonderful armory. So Hellbat's incoming. Some have more orders. So Hellbat push begins. It was a long time when you saw some Hellbats in the early game. There we can see there's good piercing damage. Still some Banelings alive. And now he's switching. The medevac is very low. Going in now, sniping some Banelings. Oh, look at them. They're so low. So many queens left. Still look at the firepower of the Hellbats. I mean, I don't think that he can actually win this fight, you know.
Transfuses have just been so good right now for Armani. TY losing that medevac really shuts down this push. Doesn't have that healing potential. Can't really micro as well. It's kind of like the War Prism for Protoss. If once you shut that down, man, that aggression just is not going to be good. There is a third CC on the way, however, for TY. And behind this, it looked like Armani was wanting to do a little bit of counter pressure, but instead just going to go back home, get some more queens, get more units, and he does actually see that there is the Liberator on the way, and we already see that the Spore Crawlers and stuff like that coming through. So in a very defensible position, and already looking like a great start here for Armani. Even taking up 4th base behind this.
True. I mean, we can see a lot of more Hellions. The question is, you know, with mech you have multiple choices. You can like go for battle mech, you can just like turtle mech and stuff like that, or just air. So I'm been looking forward to what we can see. I know it's looking like a little more aggressive, you know, with some Liberators, with some Hellions run-bys and stuff like that. I mean, right now you see, yeah. I mean, of course, you're probably not in a favorable position if your Halberd attack is doing like nothing. So we can see a lot of one-buys, and he's hoping just like get some kills left and right.
Yeah, we see the addition of those extra factories coming through, so TY definitely going to be playing mech this game, and with the Hellions, getting across the map's going to be, you know, the quicker route. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see more of a battle mech style, even though he is going into tanks behind this. It is going to allow him to get across the map, do a little bit of damage, and, you know, just continue to try to put pressure on Armani, but fortunately these Hellion run-bys and stuff like that's just not doing much. We already see Hydras and Lings and Bailings coming through here for Armani, so Armani setting himself to be in a pretty good position here, and that creep starting to get it spread will be able to allow him to get across the map a lot quicker.
It's true. I mean, we can see Lurker Den incoming. Lurkers, they're kind of good, especially if they get in position. Let's see some Hellions running by, but you know, Blue Flame is not done, and they will be catched instantly by some Lings and Hydras. I must say, you know, I don't favor TY here. I mean, I think yeah, he's definitely behind. And let's see what he do. I mean, the thing is, like, if you can actually go in a late game, I think that Meg is like favorite, but in my opinion. But right now, yeah, definitely not. I think if Armani, if he wants to, he can just go for an Oli and say, okay, will just use brute force and my way into, you know, map 2. But right now, I think, you know, TY needs to buy time, definitely. And right now, it's looking kind of good for that.
I do like that, you know, TY scans the main. He sees that there is a hive tech on the way already here for Armani. And because TY continuously is trying to, I guess, recruit some of his losses here from these run-bys and stuff like that, he is, you know, trying to keep Armani on his own side while he builds up what he needs to. But going into hive tech already with the Lurker Den and stuff like that, it's going to give TY a little bit of a hard time. He does have tanks and stuff, but with the new update to the Lurkers, I'm interested to see how that's going to end up playing out, because I think Lurkers are about the same range as tanks now, aren't they? Or they're pretty close.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know with the upgrade. I mean, they have an upgrade, so we get like more range. But I'm not quite sure. We can see also Spire on the way, and very important. If you're playing against mech, you have some, not Swarm Host, but some Vipers, you know, Abduct, Blinding Clouds. It's kind of important. But yeah, I'm very interested how getting some Hellions, how the Lurkers will play out, because they're very strong if in the right position. But also, if you're playing against Tank and Liberator, they can die very quickly if they, if they're not in a perfect position. So yeah.
Yeah. I like what TY is doing here. Still just trying to keep Armani on the other side of the map while he does do these run-bys. He is going to be able to scout most of what's going on. Quick drone pools coming out here from Armani as well. And unfortunately, these Hellions just not getting a whole lot. Yeah, he's forcing out Larva to build more like Lings and stuff like that. But
yeah, it's definitely not worth it.
Other than that, I mean, Armani is just defending each kind of little pressure here just perfectly.
Yeah, now we can see he's going over the map. You can see +1 flyer attacks. And you know, also it was interesting that Armani wanted to just block everything with like some evolution chambers, but you know, failed. The first logger is on the field. They're waiting for the action. I mean, we can also TY is just going slowly. If you're a mech, you can expand just slowly, more slowly than normally, because you know you have the big firepower, and normally you don't lose so much units. I mean, total, it's still pretty even. I think so, but you know, 85 links already died. Yeah.
Yeah, and the type of mech that TY is doing is actually really interesting because of the hydras and stuff like that. These tanks gonna do a lot better, and he's just slowly starting to move across the map. The positioning is gonna be so key. Does look like Armani's ready to actually get on top of here. The Vipers gonna be able to throw down some blinding clouds. Gonna have to force the tanks to unsiege here, and with the Hellions, with everything coming in here, Bailing's rolling in, gonna actually take out this. Planetary Fortress as well, getting a lot of those SCVs, and so far really good push here from Armani.
That's true, but he lost something. You know, there's not so many lurkers left, a total of 4, and you know, it's only 1 Viper, so he lost something. But you know, getting the base is kind of huge. Let's see, T-Rise is down to 1,500 medals a minute, and Armani is, you know, earning the right amount of that, so 3,000. It's kind of good. Also, you know, 20 workers went down, but you know. Terran, they have mules, it's like, you're not instantly dead, but he's also producing more. Oh, yeah, I like the whole, he has like so many Vikings against some of like the Vipers, because Vipers, they can really end the mech army. Because in blinding counts you cannot fire.
Especially when you go so like tank heavy like TY is, those Vipers, blinding clouds are just going to be so crucial to what Armani is doing here. He's going to go ahead and go into Greater Spire, and TY will actually see this coming. So we should know that there's going to be the potential for, you know, Broodlords for the kind of like corruptor Broodlord army. So at least it'll give him a chance to prepare. He's already got quite a bit of Viking, so I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, he kind of does something off that.
Oh yeah, he's going in, and you know, blinding clouds are good on the tanks. Bane is connecting good, and so yeah, GG, first map here for Armani. And it was surprising, he's playing very well. Of course, TY, he failed with his push and was behind the whole game. So yeah, let's go into map 2. We will be back, so don't go anywhere.
Listen to is like nothing you've ever heard before. They call it jazz candy. Lead the way, my friend.
Affirmative. Oh,
Yes.
let's get that bomb.
What was that noise?
Oh, it's WESG time. Grab your gear, boys. The world stage awaits.
And here we are, map number 2. We have Sporent in the top left corner representing himself. It is in red, it's Armani.
Alrighty, and in the bottom right, in the blue, currently down 1-0. Give it up, it is TY.
That's true, he's down the map. Let's see what he will do this time. He made not very successful Hellbat attack with some orders. And, you know, afterwards in Meg. And Armani just has more. But let's see what he will do this time. You know, you need 3 maps to win and go to WSG in China next year.
Yeah, so we've already seen that coming out here from TY. I do wonder, does he go bio? You know, Nightshade definitely a lot closer than, say, like Ephemeron as far as bases. We've seen, you know, these kind of little pushes that he was trying to do, not do a whole lot. Armani definitely, you know, ready for these and you know, prepared. So does TY maybe throw out the battle cruisers this time? Does he just try to go maybe super aggressive, or does he sit back? Does he macro up and just start, you know, slowly trying to chip away at Armani? We've seen, you know, if Armani can defend that early pressure, he can just explode and really, you know, start pushing forward and showing that he can contend with these guys.
That's true. I mean, yeah, on the paper, Armani is definitely the underdog again. So yeah, the question is, he could prepare one day again, and you probably did that. And the thing is, yeah, maybe it's one of the gamble. The thing is, like, we saw like in failed push from TY, so he was like behind the whole game, and we don't know how it will look if TY is ahead or maybe even with him. So yeah. I mean, I'm definitely interested in how game 2 will go.
Yeah, we've already seen TY with the Reaper. Actually, last game he didn't make a single Reaper. He just went straight into the reactor on the barracks, so didn't get a little bit of the harassment coming through. It does look like Armani's going to go for a third, the drone play and follow the leader with the Queen at the moment, but we'll be able to get it. And you know, this time TY putting a little bit more harassment in the early game. You know, may make Armani make a couple of mistakes here, but so far nothing too major. So
yeah, yeah, you can see Hellions again. It didn't work out so well in game 1, but you know, maybe this time. I mean, you got a lot of links, but no real worker. Question is, oh, we can see it again. It is a fusion core, and do you know what this will mean for this game? Yeah, correctly, we will have range liberators, definitely. Yeah. No battle cruisers incoming. Definitely not.
Yeah, Armani's going to be coming in with the Overlord. Does he actually see the
now he's just like seeing, okay, maybe it's Banshee stuff like that, but he didn't saw the fusion core. I think he will just see that. Yeah, he saw it. Close, but he knows now battle cruiser incoming. So I think maybe that TY will not a little bit like 1. You can see the supply bug, but battle cruiser is, you know, queued up.
Yeah, well, it was interesting. He was going to go into a Viking. He was trying to make it look like he was doing a like some kind of Banshee play, but obviously with seeing the fusion core, knows that there's battle cruisers on the way. We already see, you know, Evo chambers and stuff done. Got stuff upgrading here for Armani, and you know, just getting those queens up and ready, knowing that there is that imminent threat.
I mean,
of the battle cruisers.
I must say, I really like the approach that Belai went to, and try to face it. He was like, okay, battle cruisers costing a lot. You will probably not have so much money you can spend on anything else. So he was like, okay, I build a ton, you know, 20, 40 roaches and just work all the map. You know, battle cruiser will kill everything, but I will kill like 2 bases before that. And, you know, that worked pretty well against Aves. You know, Aves is not on the level of TY. So, yeah, maybe something else. Also, we can see TY building an early armory, which means we will go into mech.
Yeah, and this is actually a really nice push that's, you know, TY's trying to set up here. We've actually seen Special do this a few times. I believe TY's done it as well, as going into the Hellbat battlecruiser style play. We've seen can really work. Hellbats have morphed in, trying to work here on the queens, but there's enough transfuse energy that none of the queens will actually, you know, falter, won't fall at all. Gonna get a couple of lings, but that's gonna be about it. And you know, just gonna continue to try to spread as much of this Zerg army thin. We'll be able to pick off a queen with the battlecruiser, but There's just too many queens here for TYs.
But the thing is with battle cruisers, you just can repair them. If you have later Yamato cannon, you just can go in, snipe a queen, go away. But also in total we see, you know, the push was not so satisfactory. We got like a total of 2 queens and some links, but he lost like 8 hellbats for that. Oh yeah, and we can see Yamato cannon on the way. More battle cruisers. The question is how many battle cruisers will he build? We saw Maru going up to 3. And later, in I think the game afterwards, when we saw that Su was going for some corruptors, he was going up to 5. So he's just, and he wanted, well, he was just like battle cruiser flying in, Yamato cannon, warp out, and just like, yeah, killing a lot of just stuff for free, and also pretty effective.
I mean, we've really seen battle cruisers become more of like almost like a harassment unit. It's where they just constantly, you know, are poking in, trying to get whatever drones they can, and then popping out. While they mainly focus on some kind of mech army, be it like, you know, Hellion tank or something like that. So it's really interesting how the meta of like using battle cruisers has shifted. We don't really see them go mass battle cruisers very often unless you know, they absolutely have to. It seems like so.
I mean, they're very expensive, and there are counters to that can go very bad. I mean, just like the Newell that, and then you have no battle cruisers left because they shoot at each other or warp into a field of spore crawlers, you know. You never know.
Yeah. TY, unfortunately, not really even able to move out. Every time he does, these Ling run-bys are getting in.
Yeah, that's very good for Armani, just, you know, getting the scout. He's like, okay, Hellions, battle cruisers, and just restraining him. And the thing is, if TY will move out, we have like 20 links in your base, and yeah, that's normally not a good idea. But you see Hydra's incoming. I mean, you saw like Su, he was not when you saw the battle cruisers went instantly into Spore, going for corruptors. Just like say, okay, I want this battle cruiser out of the map. I don't like them at all because they can do so much damage, and they can, you know, they have so much SP. They can warp away. They have Yamato cannon. They can trade very well. So yeah, and we see Infestors coming up. I mean, they don't have Infested Terrans anymore. But yeah.
But they're really good. I mean, we've seen with the new update that the you know, Infestors can cancel the teleportability there of the battle cruiser, so it's gonna be interesting. TY just poking in, trying to push the creep rat back as much as possible, as well as, you know, maybe get some damage done on the queens, use some of that energy up, and you know, he's not, you know, terribly behind. Maybe army wise he is, but
yeah. But the thing is, like, look at the workers, man. You have like both on nearly the same worker amount. That's not good for a Zerg player. And we can see Newell being researched. So yeah, I mean, he lost like 1,000 more minerals lost. So yeah, I think TY is ahead. But you know, if he's going to lose the battle cruisers, it's not looking good. You can see the Yamato. Oh, look at that. And you know, 2 spores is like, okay, I don't really care. And the thing is, like, he can't fight until he has like not so much, you know, 100 HP left, and then he will just jump away. You know, with the new update, we also have 1 second cooldown on the warp. So you're vulnerable.
Yeah, I like this so much. Nice wraparound on the Hellions. Gonna shut down a little bit of that aggression, and you know, he was able to pick off quite a bit of drones. He was able to get, you know, 6 or so, as well as a couple of queens. The Hydra count's getting pretty high here though for Armani. He's currently sitting at 19. He's got 4 infestors, and you know, he's continuously defending these. But as long as TY can keep getting out with those battle cruisers, continues to deal damage with them, he's finding himself in better and better spots. And like you said, you know, the worker count pretty much even at this point. And if you're Armani, you definitely don't want that to happen. You see him getting on additional kind of like spine crawlers and stuff like that, trying to expand out. Creep is actually almost halfway across the map here. Even though TY's been, you know, trying to push it back, Armani's creep spread's just been fantastic this game.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's looking so good, even though, you know, TY killed like so many creep tumors. Mobile Killers finding an exposed base. So cancel will be imminent, hopefully. Yes. Oh no! No cancel! Armani! No, that's 300 minerals plus a worker gone. I think this time we can see some Hellions sneaking in, but Spore Crawlers, no, Spine Crawlers, holding everything in. We can see Lurkers on the field. They got the upgrade. Yeah. It's a lot of them. It's like 9. That's really a lot.
Yeah, and able to get the fungal and stuff on the battle cruisers, shutting those down. We'll actually be able to pick those up. So really nice pickup there for Armani. We do see TY going back into that kind of tank Viking Hellion style play. And against what Armani has, we've seen it didn't fare very well, especially once those Vipers started coming out, and just really makes the style of mech so hard to use, because
that's true.
Viper's just able to shut it down. I think that's why we start seeing a lot of like battle mech, is it makes it a little bit more functional, able to get out of the blinding clouds and do more. But the TY deciding to go with that. He does actually have a couple of sensor towers out, so we'll be able to see if the Lings are trying to do some run bys or anything too crazy. But now with Armani having Lurkers out, he's got Lurkers as a defensive unit at all of these bases. It's just going to make it harder and harder now for TY to actually get anything done. And since he's not going into battle cruisers or anything like that.
Oh no! So many overlords. Oh no! Look at that. I mean, Armani, he's like on 198 supply, but that's a lot. So we can see also Ghost on the way. The snipe. I can help. Oh no! Oh, the Lurkers! Armani, watch out!
Beautiful play coming out here from Armani. Going to be tacking up at the top. The Hydras and the Lurkers are working here onto the Planetary Fortress. Slowly trying to move on to the creep. Down here at the bottom as well. Just going to annihilate this one mineral line. Almost gets the CC as well. And 15 SCVs do go down for TY.
Yeah, that's true.
Just scrambling to try to stop this, and that's one of those things with the Lurkers, is he's having to use so many scans for these Lurkers. He's having to really kind of stretch this army thin. And when you have a slow-moving army such as what TY has, it makes defending these multi-pronged harasses so hard.
Yeah, that's true.
Armani's taking advantage of it.
And yeah, still, it was it was not perfect. It was, I think, it was a war command inside. Where it was done. You can see hiding now. We can see the scan. Look at that, the snipes coming in, and some are still alive. The Vipers, I cannot talk, man. Abducting. Me English very good. How you do that? But yeah, we can see 3-3 is finishing for a lot of stuff, for defense and range for the Zerg, and all the tanks. Everything is mechanical. The Ghosts have a very hard time. They have like no upgrades at all. But they are here. They don't have that. They have Snipe, and that's the only thing they need. I mean, they get also Personal Cloak, and of course EMP, because EMP is kinda good when you have energy units, which Armani of course has.
Vipers.
The Vipers and the Infestors. So if they don't have energy, they're useless. So
yeah, really interesting here. TY, hasn't been able to really go across and get much damage done. He's been having to play so defensive now as Armani's creep really starting to take off. Having the fact with these Lurkers, even the Hellion run-by, is just not able to get as much done as he's really wanting here. TY looks like he is going to start pushing across the map a little bit, but against just so many Hydra Lurkers, he can't move out too much. And we already see the Lurkers coming in. You're gonna get right on top of the tanks. The blinding cloud's looking pretty good here. Some snipes are gonna go off, but these tanks in the back might not be enough to.
Oh, the snipes!
Still on some of these Vipers, and we'll be able to shut this down. But
I mean, the snipes are working very well. But we saw blinding clouds. They helped so much. So maybe even one EMP would be kind of good. I mean, he has the upgraded EMP, so he has a pretty huge range. But still, we can see Armani, no bank left, but Shiva is also kind of broke. And we have also the cloak for the ghosts, so they will not go down instantly. So maybe we can see him trying to snipe the Overseer and say, okay, I have cloaked ghosts and I will snipe you away.
nukes are finally out here for TY, but down here in the bottom, the Lings and the Lurkers are going to go ahead and get down on this base. There's still some tanks in position to shut this down, but Armani just trying to find some way in, trying to get something done here, whether it be kill off some depots, maybe even get a couple SCVs, but you know, looking pretty good there. And like you said, you know, Armani having to dump a lot of minerals to replenish his army here. Still doing all right income wise and stuff like that, but
yeah. But now we can see 8 Brutals on the way, also nukes. So yeah, I mean, it's probably just, you know, normal Korean Terran nukes. I'm going to nuke you away, you creep. It's like the normal stuff we saw.
Brutals are out here now for Armani. There's only a couple of Vikings really with this army.
No, the ghost will go down. It's a wasted nuke. No.
Yeah.
Bootloads are out, and there are like not so many Vikings. We have total of 3. But no,
Yeah,
ghosts. Their ghosts are good if they get like all this stuff.
Energy there as well.
That's true. So maybe we're going to see like a passive nuke, stuff like that. I mean, we have like technically like 3 out of them, so yeah.
Yeah. And it's really bad right now, you know. TY, he's got a nice army, but against like Broodlord style tanks have always really suffered against that. They just, even if they're sieged up, it seems like, you know, the Broodlings just are able to deal so much damage and take out tanks.
Yeah, I mean, they got nerfed, so the Broodlord doesn't have like so much range anymore, but still it's enough to kill most of, you know, the units they will encounter.
Yeah, and especially since, you know, TY really doesn't have any anti-air at this point. It's all ground. Just now adding on some Thors, making 3 at a time. It just presents itself a very tough situation here for TY. Again, he is using nukes as much as possible. Actually gonna nuke a couple of spine crawlers at this point, but
Who knows
this
the
army
lengths?
just melting away for TY.
Close. Thanks to me, he's going to produce a new nuke. So we have already a very good game here. And you know, it's looking kind of close. I mean, Armani, he has like not so much minerals, but yeah, he has gas. And they both will start to, you know, get a lot of minerals. And I think this will be like, you know, a game of minerals. Who can build up a good bank to, you know, rebuild his army? Because I think that both army, they will probably trade pretty well because the next nuke is going on. We'll try to hit some cranes, and I think there's no detection right now. No, oh no, the cranes. Oh,
Huge hit there, taking out all those queens.
That's huge. The next
For TY.
next nuke instantly going. This time he's going to nuke some creep. Oh no, the Bootlords! Don't fly into that, man. Yeah, the first was huge, getting I think 6 queens. That's good.
Yeah. Tank's going to be dropped here on the top base on this kind of more freshly patched minerals. Not sieging up or anything like that, and it's really becoming where, you know, Armani and TY are having to sit there and fight over these mineral patches as they're just so close to each other.
Oh, you get it!
Stuff coming through, but the Corruptor's going to take out the medevac there, and the tanks will be taken out as well. And yeah, it's going to become a war of attrition here.
And we can see the map is split in half. Everybody has every single base except the 2 in the middle. You can see tanks. He just wanted to get rid of the tanks and trade it. And right now it's looking, you know, pretty good. There's so many ghosts. Oh man, Ghost and Thor.
In 2019, who would have thought it?
Next to nuke. Again, the same position. But this time, there's not anything inside. Maybe it can go off. There's a lot of lava he can maybe get. I don't know if there's any range. You're getting some. But you know, he secured the next base, TY. He has more bases. And that's we're here to see. And also he's pushing back the creep, so he's doing pretty good. 2 nukes at a time. And he wants to nuke this whole base. Well, the whole army is like trading everything. So yeah.
Yeah, really good you know, usage here with the Thors, with the snipes from the Ghosts. was actually almost able to take out quite a few of the broodlings, or broodlords, excuse me. More queens coming through, having to use transfuses, and you know, these infestors starting to build up quite a bit of energy. But if somehow TY can, you know, do some EMPs and stuff like that, that could definitely shut down this army from Armani.
Oh no, all the corruptors going down. Oh, that's huge. No, Armani making mistakes. And yeah, we see, I think Armani, he's definitely now behind. TY has more everything. He has a bank, he has more bases, he's earning more minerals, and he also seems to connect a lot of shots. And yeah, what should I say? Looking good here for the Terran player to maybe, you know, make it a 1-1.
Yeah, TY starting to push here onto the creep, trying to get on top of all of the broodlords here. There are some infestors still in the back, looking to potentially get on top of the beautiful EMPs, though, going to shut down all of the infestors. A couple of those will be taken over there, the Thors, but this army from Armani completely disappearing here.
GG is called. TY will take map number 2. And we will be back with map number 3 very soon. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to listen to is like nothing you've ever heard before. They call it jazz candy.
Lead the way, my friend. Affirmative. Oh, yes. Let's get that bomb. What was that noise?
Oh, it's WESG time. Grab your gear, boys. The world stage awaits.
Soon. Hello and welcome back to map number 3 in this TvZ to decide who will go to China. He lost last map, but maybe he can come back and take the second. It's in red. It's Armani.
And in the top left, in the blue, showing some really good skills there with those ghost kills. Give it up. It is TY.
That's true. So who will take the lead? You're all asking yourself, who will it be? The Terran or the Zerg?
Yeah, I'm really interested. You know, we've seen two different, you know, but similar games coming out from TY. We've seen, you know, when he's not far behind, how well he can play, defend, and then, you know, this Korean, I guess it's considered like a more Korean style with just nukes going off everywhere.
That's true.
It's really kind of been taking storm, and we saw, you know, Armani making a lot of mistakes in the late game. you gotta wonder, if you're TY, do you feel more confident now going into the late game as long as you're not too terribly far behind?
Yeah.
And
maybe.
If not, what do you end up doing? I like on Simulacron here. Just how the bases are laid out, we see, a lot of more, kind of close quarter kind of combat going to be taking place, different, pathways. So I'm interested, does Armani continue with this Lingbane, Hydra kind of style, or do we see him go, something else?
Yeah, that's a good question. And yeah, maybe we'll see it, maybe not. But right now we can see normal opening. Sweeper is like trying to get some kills. And maybe we'll succeed with getting a Ling. But no, Green is there to save everybody.
Yeah. And it's so hard to get it into the base. I think there's like one little pathway in the back, but for the moment, TY just continue trying to harass. See, is there going to be a third base coming? Is it going to be some kind of weird 2-base thing coming out from Armani? And surprisingly, no cheese from either side. Both players have been playing very standard, not trying to get nothing cheeky. So it's been really nice to see. We do see TY going into Hellions behind this, and we'll eventually get like a Marine and stuff. But do we see him do another kind of push? Do we see him go into battle cruisers behind this, or do we see him go maybe into some kind of bio play from this?
Yeah, everything is possible. We see the opening is with Hellions. And we saw, every time it worked okay, and you might just answer our questions. It will be a fusion core, which means we will see BCs again. The question is, of course, how many? And will they do anything, or will Armani hold that?
Yeah, Armani actually going to be coming in with the Overlord yet again here. And will he actually scout this out once again? I think so. I think with the Marine just now coming in, he will actually see that it is, in fact, a battle cruiser opening, and get those queens out. Yeah, he's going to see that. And you get if you're Armani, you got to sit there and think, okay, just lost this game to this kind of battle cruiser opening. Do you start sweating it a little bit and saying, you know what, maybe I just made a couple of mistakes the last time, I can do better this time? Or do you start sweating and be like, I really don't want to have to fight against this, it's maybe a weak point of mine, and just try to end it early or something from it, so you don't have to deal with it?
Yeah, maybe. I must say that, yeah, of course, Armani, he is not the favorite player, so maybe he's aiming for a very fast game, maybe. I can see battle cruisers on the way again, and some Hellions again. In total, they did not so much. Armani's defense was pretty solid. The 2 games we saw trying to do some damage. But, yeah, I don't know. Armani, he's definitely... I think he's playing a lot better than I expected him to do.
Yeah,
but, yeah, we saw the late game, as you said. He was making mistakes. And of course, so that he lost, probably. So yeah, maybe he wants to go in late game again and say, okay, I can do that better. Let's try it again. Maybe he wants to go for some
Armani, he's been playing pretty solid. His late game was all right. He was doing a lot of good multi-prong harasses and stuff like that, but then just started making those small mistakes, lost all of the energy on the infestors and stuff like that. So really kind of put him at a disadvantage there. But TY coming in with the Hellions and the battle cruiser, just continue putting on some pressure. Does get 7 drone kills and a few Lings, so not too bad from losing 2 Hellions and Reaper so far.
That's true. Total, 7 workers, 6 Lings. Hellions, they're pretty low, so maybe they'll just go home, could repair all cycles, saying, okay, no, I will probably not use them anymore. Or will you just make it wonderful? Okay. Of course, you can attack even the Cryptomorph is still hidden. You just can attack your own Hellion with the piercing damage, you can get the damage. But no, why not? He won't. They're all pretty low.
Oh no, Armani sending in the Lings as the third base moves out. The Lings going to get into the natural, potentially get a wraparound here on some of these Hellions. The Hellions are going to have to return to try to deal with this, but with all of these Hellions being so low, we'll be able to pick up a few of them.
It's even warping him back.
Are going to be able to save the day.
Total, I think, he didn't lose a single worker. But 5 Hellions.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good time for Armani. He knows that the third base is part of the wall, and at some point you want to reuse your third base, so it will be like, you know, flying to the third expansion place thing, and so there will be for a short time a huge hole, which maybe TY should fix. Some depots or, you know, something else. And, you know, again, Armani, he's doing a lot of one base. We saw in the first game it worked pretty well to restraining, you know, restraining TY so he cannot push and use his battle cruisers and stuff like that in this Hellion as he wished to.
Yeah, I mean, definitely when you're playing against this style that, you know, TY has been bringing with the battle cruisers, with this kind of mech army, if you can keep your opponent on the other side of the map, which, you know, Armani doing these run bys definitely has been doing, it gives you an opportunity to, one, expand, get your creep going, as well as, you know, get building up like the forces and stuff that you really want, which, you know, we see him going into the Hydras, going potentially into lurkers again, even though we don't see that just yet. He's going into a infestation pit as well, so we could be seeing some more of those infestors coming through. But if he can keep TY on his own side of the map, get, you know, what he really wants, that's going to help him out so much. And, you know, now these battle cruisers not going to be able to do too much. Maybe get a couple of kills here or there. But as I said, that 17 drones, just a mass murder up here.
Oh no, the Hellions! I mean, they're doing so much damage, even the Link's going down, and now we can see he's attacking the Hydras, and you know, Hydras, they don't have so much HP. They want to survive with
24 drones.
That's huge.
Yeah, just a beautiful play coming out from TY. Even gonna be able to get a couple of queens there with the Yomada, getting out, not losing any of those battle cruisers.
I mean, look at the minerals lost. It's like 3,000 more minerals lost for Armani. I mean, 54, you know, links, that's a lot. And you just trade against 16 Hellions, Drone Reaper, and the Marine. That's really nothing.
Yeah, TY being so cost efficient this game, and, you know, those run bys really hurting Armani. Instead of being able to make Hydras, make Lings, these army units that he wants to attack to do these run bys, he's having to force out more drones than what he really would want, just so that he can continue to have that income and continue to fight against what TY is doing here. And, you know, it's really putting Armani in a tough spot, because now he has to choose, do I want to have more economy, or do I want to try to get more units here?
And we can see again, now the battle cruisers, they go in, try it against, you know, anything they can find, go back, get repaired, and go again. And we can see Lurker Den again, and 6 infestors on the way. Armani wants to go for the same style again. I mean, it worked pretty well, but, you know, in the late game it was not enough. But yeah, maybe this
he'll
time.
Force out the late game for sure. Maybe even shut down some of the plays from TY. But once we start getting into like the ghost tech and stuff like that, it's gonna really make it hard for Armani. We've seen, you know, if he doesn't have the Viper count, if he doesn't attack before that kind of crucial point of ghost tech, it really makes it hard for him. So, well, we'll see though. TY, you know, just kind of sitting back. Again, he's still doing these little bit of run bys with the battle cruisers, but Armani just trying to build up whatever he can, get that creep across, and then, you know, get the infestor energy going.
It's true. I mean, we can see it's there on the first ghost will spawn soon. Also, they got to upgrade because, you know, bigger like bigger EMP fields is always better. We can see, you know, you see the battle cruisers, they can shoot and walk like a phoenix. Can trade. I mean, look at that. He has like 20 kills on one, 8 on another, and 14. That's a lot. It's a new parasite again. Armani, he wants to go to late game.
Yeah, and there's no ship upgrades yet for the battle cruisers, which, you know, they aren't his main focus, even though he has, you know, made, you know, a few. But just now trying to get the +2 going through here for his Hellions, as well for his tanks, and get into this late game. We do already see +2 finished here for Armani, which is going to allow him to at least contend a little bit better against the tanks. Maybe catch some on siege when they start pushing across the map. That'd be really nice. But for the time being, just trying to pick up whatever Hellions he can and get that count going.
That's true. Yeah. And right now we can see TY has more workers than Armani. He's on 90 workers. That's a lot for Terran, so you can definitely lose some. But it's like okay. It's not that Armani has not enough, but TY just has a ton of workers.
Well, the interesting thing, I mean, it's definitely something that TY is known for, is having that big, heavy SCV count. He's been asked before, about it, and he's like, "Oh, I just didn't realize it," kind of thing. But it's very interesting. This whole map, not a single SCV has gone down. Really, TY just
it's true,
not losing anything at all here. Compared to what Armani's.
Yeah, one SCV is on 3 HP, but he got saved by a battle cruiser.
Yeah. TY finally starting to go into the ghost stuff. He is maxed out, so he's gonna be able to start building up some of those resources.
Little snipes.
To remax it if he needs.
I think he canceled 2 by mistake.
Do what?
I think he cancelled 2 snipes, so the Lurkers are still alive. You can see the nuke. He wants to okay.
And it's still whenever they get attacked, it kind of cancels the snipes, I think.
I don't know if that was a good thing, wanting in there, losing a lot of Hydras on links just to cancel the nuke. That probably would only get like a creep to more.
Ooh, another good EMP here onto those infestors, really just rendering them useless in these fights. But with the tanks coming through here, TY slowly starting to push down onto the bottom, get into this kind of 4th base, 3rd base area. And, as this keeps going, TY building up those Viking forces. He's got more ghosts on the way. Nuke's going to be able to start falling here soon. And, we saw this last game, Armani, losing quite a bit to those and, continuing to push onto this. May not be the best. We might see TY slowly start taking this over here.
Yeah, he's pushing very good, but right now we can see some Hydras going over. And this time, still no worker down. Every single worker got out alive. Hydras are pushing. I mean, Hydras alone is probably not the best idea. We can see some lurkers and we see the snipes. Instantly 2 down. A lot.
TY has so many tanks, though, that he doesn't really have to worry too much at his own base. He was able to send a few units back to help defend against this, but with slow bailings, some lurkers, and now just a couple of Vipers.
Oh no!
You might be able to get a couple of tanks, but there's not enough energy on these Vipers.
Did you saw that?
Blinding clouds for anything.
He pulled the tanks into his banelings and just traded 14 banelings against 2 tanks.
Oh man.
Oh, we can see the nuke going out again, and I think this time he will maybe succeed. Ooh, close! No, the binding killed the ghost, the female ghost, exactly.
Yeah.
All the Vipers. Oh, in the open field. Again, you could blinding cloud, but there's so many tanks. Look at that! There's so many left. 50 more army supply, 40 Y.
Yeah, he's at 14 tanks right now, making 5 at a time. He's got Hellions on the way as well.
Oh.
A couple of good snipes on the Vipers as well, and this is just not looking good right now here for Armani. Going to be losing this bottom base as well. Armani's trying to expand up to the top, get those going as well, but TY just slowly taking this out. Even gets the brand new Hydras there as well. Just not looking good for Armani right now.
That's true, and we can see he's taking out everything left and right. Armani seems like to just cannot hold anything against it. I mean, he's back to a good army supply, but most of that is like banelings, some Hydras, and 1 lurker and 2 Vipers. We also saw like some Vipers getting picked up. You can see like there are a lot of tanks just standing around doing nothing. You see instantly some snipes on the highways, but look at that, so many tanks. Also, the Vikings, they're guarding everything.
Armani just continues to fight off creep with these Hydras, and really is throwing away units. It feels like, instead of sitting back and maybe trying to push when they're not sieged up on the tanks. But TY attacking so many different places right now. He's even got nukes going up.
Sneaking it again. But you can't see this time the ghost will not survive. It's interesting that he's actually trying to snipe some of the highways. I mean, you know, he doesn't have any upgrades for his ghost 0-0 because all these upgrades are in, you know, mech units.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he only needs the upgrades for like the EMPs and stuff for his ghost. The snipes do so much damage by themselves. Yeah. Nukes do a lot of damage, and the main focus is going to be on that mech army. A couple of blinding clouds will go off here for Armani. The Bailing's trying to roll in. They're just not making any connections, pulling back those ghosts, and GG as TY will take game number 3 here to make it 2-1.
That's true. He is now on map on Serious Point. Only needs one more, and we'll be back with next map. Map 4 is soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to listen to is like nothing you've ever heard before. They call it jazz candy. listen to is like nothing you've ever heard before. They call it jazz candy. They call it jazz candy. What you're about to listen to is like nothing you've ever heard before.
Lead the way, my friend. Affirmative. Oh, yes. Let's get that bomb. What was that noise?
Oh, it's WESG time. Grab your gear, boys. The world stage awaits.
Hello and welcome to map number 4. We had TY took the last map, he's leading 2-1. And you know, one I will introduce to you soon. He needs to win every single round if you want to go to China. It is in red. It's Armani.
And in the top left, showing some dominance here with his mech. Can he keep it up? And to solidify his spot, give it up. It's the Terran Phenom himself, TY.
That's true. He's only one map away from China. And joining Mao, Rogue. Who was the third one? God damn it!
I don't remember. I'm trying to say who is the other one that got to get.
I'm thinking now very hard and using my telepathic powers to think about who could won that other one. And oh, it's saying me Dark Mao, maybe Rogue, because we don't know if the game will be rescheduled or not, and the winner of this match here. But you know, maybe we're going to see that. But the question is, what can we see in this match? You see, a Reaper. Nothing special, nothing unusual. But you know, Armani, he lost 2 macro games. And this was looking so easy for TY, so maybe Armani will change up some stuff, you know? Because it's...
Yeah.
Macro is not working.
Yeah, I definitely think he needs to do something different. I mean, I really like that he's been going on this kind of like Lurker Hydra play. But against TY with just, you know, this very heavy tank-centric focus, Hydras themselves just don't do that great against tanks in general. And by the time that Armani's been able to get out Vipers or get anything else, TY has just been able to get out Ghosts. He's been able to EMP everything and really just has not been able to work very well for Armani at all. Nice block actually coming out here. Gonna get the drone this time, so no third base yet for Armani. The Queen's coming down and gonna lose a couple of links, so already off to a kind of a bad start here for Armani. TY getting in some work this game.
That's true. And oh, maybe another worker, but another Ling. But normally, we expect the Reaper to not get any single kill, because normally we have the Lings just kiting until everything, the Queen is there, and then you could take everything and take a base. No, the base is up at least. And TY, he will go try to scout a little bit more. No, speed links are here.
Into a fusion core this game as well, so TY knowing what's been working, not going to change it up too much, and Armani once again going to be coming in with the Overlord here, and it's going to be pretty close. I don't know if he's going to see the fusion core, but playing against TY, I should probably assume he's going to go into some kind of fusion core play. So we'll see. Hellion's going to try to take out a couple of creep tumors, but yeah, just a really great start here for TY. Armani, like I said, just really needs to change something up, needs to do something different.
Yeah, it's true.
We'll see that fusion core, and yeah.
And I mean, we can see roaches, so maybe we'll change up some stuff. Maybe we'll just say, okay, you know what, this is not looking good for me last game, so we'll just go, okay, let's go roaches, and you know, build 20 of them and just walk over the map. Maybe some Nidus, Swarmost. He needs to change definitely something, and he probably will. Also, TY, he was building a battlecruiser again because, you know, it worked 2 times out of 3. And it worked also against Zoom, so why don't do it again? Because it seems like Armani has not a real counter for that. Because battlecruisers are trading every single time so efficient. And yeah.
Yeah, I really like this from Armani. Going into the roaches, if he can mass up enough to maybe do some kind of like timing off of this, could be really good. We've seen, you know, TY go very heavily into the Hellions and then transition into kind of tanks past that. So if he can defend the battle cruiser with these queens, get out enough of these roaches, could defend and, you know, potentially do some kind of damage. But it does look like he's going to go straight up to Spire Tech behind this. Going to make a couple of roaches, but other than that, not a whole lot here. Hellbats are gonna send the queens back, and even gonna send the battlecruiser up. So now Armani trying to defend 2 locations at once right now, and it's gonna have a little bit of a rough go with this. There's just so many Hellions here.
That's true. And Hellbats are doing also quite a good of damage, but no, so many queens are here. I don't think they can do anything. But this time, not like game 1, they're actually doing some damage. 16 workers are down. Not like last time, not a single one. But
Yeah,
last, by game 1, Armani had banelings. Well, 60 workers
16
down.
workers down. He is finally caught back up. He actually has more workers now, so forcing out a round of drones from him. He does have roaches, and he's got those lings, so there is a potential for some kind of counterattack. And now, even with a Spire Tech coming around, does he go into mutas behind this, knowing that TY has been going for a very ground-centric army of Hellion tank? Yeah, there's a battle cruiser, but if you can slide around that, it's not going to be a big issue. Does he just go into straight air, try to eliminate as much of the SCVs as possible, or does he just continue to play defensive here?
Yeah, that's a question. I mean, yeah, we can see Yamato Cannon already up, and a 3rd battlecruiser is being produced. 2 right now. They will fly over the map, fight until they're nearly dead, and then just walk away. And we saw the last 2 maps. It's working very, very well, and I expect them to work again. At least he can do some probabilities, get some queens, get some links, get some anything. I mean, TY will take anything that he can trade for, because it's like, with Locust, you take anything, because you don't spend so much, and just some time where you can go in again with some warps.
Yeah. Interesting. Armani can be going into pretty quickly here to help defend against some of these battle cruisers. He's only got 2 or 3 out now. He does have 6 on the way, so we'll be able to potentially, kind of push us back. But with as much damage as Armani's been taking, it's going to be kind of tough for him here. And even now, we're going to see TY kind of continue to push those battle cruisers back to make sure he doesn't lose any after sending out the Yomadas. So
the thing with battlecruiser is they can trade very effectively, but if you're going to lose one, it's so bad. They are so expensive. Like 400 minerals to 300 gas, I think. I'm wrong, but
it's I think it's like 400.
400, yeah, it's a lot. And so if you're going to lose, it's a lot. I mean, right now we can see loss count 925 minerals to 1,750. And with Yamato Cannon, he will probably trade even better. You can just go and Yamato anything and just warp out. And there we have it. The Met counter is coming. Swarm hosts being produced. Yeah. And a nice network, of course.
Yeah, a nice network. That's going to be really nice. I guess he could get out here where this Ling is over on the 4th or 5th base, and then just, swarm host into the 3rd or something. That'd be really nice. Does look like the roaches are going to go for a little bit of a counterplay. Corruptor's going to come up as well. Sees where this army is, and but yeah, I just don't know. Trying to distract Pip at the top and come in with the left-hand punch or something.
Yeah, something like that probably. We could also Locust. They have so much DPS. They made 28 damage. I looked that up last time. So they can kill nearly anything instantly. You can see Yamato Cannon. So swap, okay, not losing one. Also 3 Cryptos down, if they can't fight anything in the air, they're kinda useless, and Locust will split all. Well, that's good. So how much will he get? That's a question. Goose going for the starport, but they don't have so much HP left.
Yeah, they're so far behind and don't fly that fast. Wasn't able to get too much done. It's going to throw up another Nidus network up at the top, so we'll be able to start kind of going back and forth and picking away at TY's army. But TY already has quite a bit of defensive capabilities here. He's got the Hellions out to continue to put pressure on, as well as with the tanks to solidify it a little bit more. But even gonna throw down or kill off some of the Nidus networks. Just Armani in such a tough spot. He is going to be maxed out here, so I guess that's good. But
that's true.
Already we see the transition going to be going into Cyclones behind this. are a couple of more battle cruisers being made. Even almost gets another base to that planetary fortress, but
He's just flying away. Because if you're far away, they cancel that because they're not in range anymore. And, you know, so he saves, you know, starport. And right now, it seems like Armani, he's doing the good, like, the normal counter. But it's not working out so much. We can see some aliens going in. Getting so many kills. 9, 10, 14, so many. It's so good. Nearly 20 workers down.
yeah,
That's
TY
huge.
just doing such a good job here. I mean, even defending at home at the same time as trying to attack. He does have 4 or 5 battle cruisers already. Still just putting pressure on with those. The Hellions getting a lot of damage done, even with, you know, roaches trying to come in and help. The swarm hosts not getting a lot done as well. And we already see TY transitioning into cyclones to be a little bit more mobile, especially against like swarm host tech. So just really crushed in this, and you know, even saving, going into more starports, and you know, does he start just making 3 battle cruisers at a time? I feel like that's a really big possibility at this point.
Yeah, I mean, right now we got to concede there are not so many corruptors. He's getting at least 1 expansion, but instantly there's a new one. Cyclones also help a lot. The battle cruisers, they're helping a lot. They don't have like plus attack. He's researching that right now. And yeah, we can see Armani. He's 72 workers, and TY, he has more workers than the Zerg. That's normally not supposed to happen.
Yeah, I mean, Armani was able to get the planetary fortress, which was nice, as well as attacking onto the 3rd base. Was able to clean up some of those tanks, kind of reset that tank count a little bit, but unfortunately just did not have enough to fully commit to it. He did have to back up, and with +2 onto the corruptors will allow him to do a little bit better against these battle cruisers, but with the big threat of the Hellion, oh my god, I can't talk. Hellion Cyclone. Just it makes it really hard for him there. Even having to waste some of those locusts to, you know, stop this potential threat of the Hellions. It's just been it's been all TY this game, it feels like.
Yeah, it seems just like TY is defending everything so good, and just one is making always so much damage for this time. He's trying to kill the base. Do not commit to that. Hellions, they're getting taken off from the links. Oh no. That's like, he's losing some, but you know, he's getting away. And you can see it's like 3,600 minerals mined against 3,000, so TY is making more money and he's expanding. Expanding and expanding. Unbelievable.
Cyclone's just going to be able to kite for day onto these Bailings, losing quite a bit. The tank shot's going to be able to clean up a lot of this as well. A lot of the SCVs are low, so there's a potential there of the Roaches or the Bailings getting something done, but just so many tanks and the Cyclone's just going to push it away. And unfortunately, Armani just not able to get in and find the damage that he needs.
It's like even he's trying to do that, but it's just not working. TY is defending so well. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you can see some Cyclones and some missile turrets scaring away the Corruptors. And yeah, I mean, he's building another spire, so he's probably going into Greater Spire. So Brood Lords will probably pop up soon. But the thing is, like, he's not even winning the normal ground, the air fight right now. So going to Brood Lords, if you like, you know, more of some Corruptors into Brood Lords, I don't know if that's a good idea. No. I mean, he's getting +2 air upgrades. He has +1. But no, Armani, he has +2 on them. The Corruptors and stuff like that. So, yeah. So we can see Roaches getting killed again.
Even gets the Nidus Worm block on that upper base. Really, these Cyclones have been very deadly against Armani. He keeps trying to get these Roach pushes and stuff like that, just trying to shut things down, but even with the battle cruisers and stuff coming in, just has not been able to do too much. And like you said, you know, I don't necessarily think that going into the Greater Spire for battle for Brood Lords is going to be what he needs. He is trying to get a little bit more corruptors going through. Has 11 more on the way, +3 as well. So it has the potential to clean up those battle cruisers, but then you have to deal with these cyclones. You have to deal with these hellbats, and I just don't know if Armani has enough. Bailings are going to roll in, but not even going to be able to get close enough to make a connection. And
the battle cruisers taking down the hedge, and they have all the Yamato cannon, so they can take out, 9 corruptors without doing anything. And if their 9 corruptors gone, you're down to just 8. That's not enough. But now he's just, oh no, he's Yamato getting that. Oh, he's losing one.
Yeah.
Maybe a second, but I think that's worth it. So, yeah. No check available.
Got a couple of BCs, but when you're making 3 at a time, a couple of BCs lost isn't going to be.
Yeah, he has a lot of money. So it's not that he lost 3. It's like, oh, I'm going to build instantly the new one. And now we can see Cycling Halpin, Raven, anti-armor missile, and so Armani will retreat. I mean, total we see he lost 3 battle cruisers. That one he lost like in this fight, but 24 corruptors are down. That's a huge amount. They're trading so good. And also TY, he's like microing them very good and trying to not lose anything. So I think it's just only a matter of time until Armani will just break and just cannot fight anymore. Then he's not going to change anything, like getting a huge frag, getting all of the cyclones for nothing, or all the battle cruisers, and even then it's probably still, just TY building even more. Because he's an 84
really
workers.
Trying to get TY to make a mistake to try to get in and somehow even this out. But TY is just so on top of everything, not like any damage being done at all. Battle cruisers are able to take care of the Locust, no problem, and with all of the missile turrets and stuff here, the swarm hosts are almost irrelevant.
Oh no, the infestors! Ooh, Helion's chasing them. But no. I mean, the creep spread is kinda okay, but we can see there's like so much. I mean, Armani has more army supply, but a lot of that is corruptors. Like, really a lot of that. I mean, he has only 7 roaches, 9 banelings, 10 links, and the corruptors and some swarmers. That's it. If the Locust will do like no damage at all because they will just shut down by everything he has, I don't think he can like hold on.
No, I mean he might be able to reset the tank count a little bit here, but with most of his army, like you said, into those corruptors, he just doesn't have a whole lot here. Now, I guess the good part is these infestors don't have to worry about any like EMPs or anything like that. At the moment, it's all battle mech and the battle cruisers, but still to even try to get close enough to maybe even get on top of some of the battle cruisers or anything like that, it's almost impossible at this point, especially with missile turrets everywhere.
That's true. And even with base, I mean, he has like 4 mining bases. That's okay. I mean, TY has 5. So yeah, everything is stacked against Armani except the upgrades. They're kind of good for him. Because +2 ground weapons is still at +1 and AR 2, so maybe TvZ might be upgraded. That would help a lot. You can see Locust getting a CC here. No, not a planetary fortress. That's the name I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's really tough. TY has so many CCs that he can just float one over real quick and land it there, so it doesn't even really make the difference. Even just taking out one. Using those cyclones pretty well, just trying to get on top of anything that they can, and the tank's slowly starting to leapfrog forward. It's just starting to look really grim here for Armani. We do see the cyclones gonna try to get some of the.
Oh no! He found.
overlords.
They found. Oh, the swarm host. Oh, he will not. He will not just try to kill them with some. Oh, didn't thought about that. I thought he would just like Yamato cannon all of them, and then they're just gone. But doesn't seem like it. Oh no! Oh, that's huge!
Yamato and some of the other BCs there. This could be what Armani really needs to reset the balance here, but...
Yes, it's so money left. Again, next Newell. He's just going to warp again so they cannot just run away. And that was huge fight. 8 battle cruisers down, probably even more. So even the 3 are left. They're trading still very good. You can see TY is just building 5 more because he can. In total 12 died
Oh.
against 40 corruptors. Well. But he's just building 5 at a time. It's probably just like 1 minute until he has like he's back up to 10 or stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good fight there for Armani. He was able to kind of reset that count, but when you're making, like you said, 5 battle cruisers at a time, it just doesn't have the same effect. Swarmhost still trying to get some damage done on some of these bases, and you know, Armani is still trying to push and fight through this. Looking pretty good. Gonna go into Broodlords as well behind this, but I don't know. It's gonna be tough. I think TY gonna go into Thors behind this as well.
Yeah, I mean, he was like at max supply the whole time. Also, Armani and TY are both maxed. And TY just spent, I mean, he lost like 12 battle cruisers, but he just spent his bank and he's already banking again. Let's see, lock on. But still, that was a very good fight for Armani. Maybe the comeback he needs. But yeah, it is already 5 battle cruisers on the way. Already here, 5 more on the way. Now he can build into Thors. And this all will help a lot against anything that's flying in the air. You can see, oh, Broodlord's going down. But yeah, 21 workers down. That's something, but still both on 60 workers. But in this late game, TY doesn't need really workers. He just can mule technically everything if he wants to. Oh, please, TY, kill the base. Thank you. Another base down. Armani reduced to 1 really mining base. And that's the one we can see right here. And everything else. This one is all down. And now we can see this is 1 base mining. That's not good. You need more.
Yeah, I mean, he keeps trying to take more bases, but TY just all over it. We finally did get one up. He's just now sending over some drones to try to mine on top of this, but it really just becomes a game of malnutrition, essentially here. As TY is going to be able to max out, and he's got, you know, everything he really needs. Finally gets +3 for his ships, and I think maybe that might be the only big downfall here for TY is his upgrades aren't on par as Armani. So as long as Armani can continue to take these good fights, he's gonna fare a little bit better. But just losing a lot of units isn't gonna be good for him here, especially with Thors and stuff out now. It's just gonna and they're so clumped up.
Oh, Newell's kind of good. But still, there's like only 4 left. He actually controls.
Queen's gonna come in and try to transfuse on top of this as well, and yeah.
Hey, getting another base. That's huge, but still at the same time, you can see the battle cruisers taking out this, like one of the 2 bases that has, you know, actually mining on them. He's just going to for all the workers. And Armani, he's losing workers. He's down to 50. The thing is, I don't think he can warp away. Yes, he can warp away. So still, the thing is, like, Armani's trading very well right now, but he has no income left. He's on 1 base mining. That's not good.
It's just so crucial here for Armani. He is floating like a lot of minerals, but the type of army he is trying to get is just so gas intensive. It's hard for him to really max out or to kind of replenish that. And with these constant attacks coming out from TY, he hasn't been able to really mine that much gas.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe if he made like a big influx of links and did,
I mean, right now he has like a bank, but I think, I mean, of course, you know, TY also losing a mining base, so both like down on nearly 2 mining bases. So it will be like a battle of minerals. Who will deplete his minerals first, and who can trade better? And oh no, the lurkers. The swarm host. So of course, going about a lot of hellbats. You can see new parasite again, but this time they will be just, you know, deleted by Yamato cannon. It's not looking good. We'll see only corruptors left, and I think this could be it. The final fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, just nothing left there for Armani. The Queen's coming in, trying to do something, but not going to be enough. And GG.